Berlin. It is game 2 of day 2. Yes, you're expecting game 1 to be Romania against England, but we had a carryover from the day before. Host nation Germany defeating Italy in the first game in Group A. This is the second game in Group A, and it is Romania against England. Romania qualifying for this tournament via a qualification Division 2 tournament hosted by Romania in April, and they find themselves against England, semi-finalists of 2 years ago. And they were the host nation 2 years ago in Hereford, and they'll be looking to get off to a winning start against Romania. My name's Pete Selby, and I'm happy to say I'm sat alongside Jonathan Bell here in the commentary box. And Jonathan, it's going to be a tough task for Romania in this tournament, and they've got England in the first game, and England defeated Romania twice in the build-up to this tournament, and by quite a few goals as well.
Yeah, last month they met in England. It was 7-0 and 5-0 to England on both occasions. But Germany, they're the pace setters in this one, winning 2-0 earlier today against Italy. They are the provisional leaders in Group A, but England will certainly be hoping to topple the Germans by the end of this match that we are about to have here in a glorious stadium in a glorious city in Berlin, and the weather thankfully has managed to match that as well.
Yes, it's going to be a really tight group, this Group A. Germany getting off to that winning start. England, we're looking to get 3 points here against Romania. You mentioned those two games before the tournament, winning 5-0 and also 7-0. Talking to the coaches from England only a few minutes ago, and they're expecting plenty of goals in this game. Goals might be the deciding factor to who finishes in the top two. Top two qualify through to the semi-finals, and also not through to the semi-finals just in this tournament, but it'll also get qualification to the World Cup next year, held in Madrid. Italy, France, Germany and England will be vying for those top two positions. Romania, I know they've got every chance, obviously, they play the same teams, but they're just happy to be here, says their coach, unexpectedly here, and it's very new Lion football to Romania. They've got one star man up front, number 8, that's Adriani Botas, who plays here in Germany, actually, in the Bundesliga for Marburg. He's definitely one to look out for in this game. England, they've got the experienced Dan James in goal. Karen Seal, who's been playing all across Europe in many tournaments for many different sides, experienced in different styles of football throughout Europe over the last 18 months to 24 months. And then up front they've got Roy Turnham. This is just the starting lineup. Plenty of experience as well on the bench with the returning Darren Harris in the England squad.
Yeah, and the fixtures for both sides up on the screen now as well. And talking to the Romanian coach, Sorin Lapidatu, earlier, he says he's not only the coach, he's the driver, the physio, he does everything for Romania, which gives you a sort of the size of the challenge that Romania have ahead of them. But they are focusing particularly on game 2 tomorrow against Italy and game 4 against France. He did say, Sorin Lapidatu, that the Italian game tomorrow is the one he's particularly focusing on, and he has a lot of hope from what he saw earlier on today when the Italians lost 2-0 to Germany. So, of course, those are the two nations locking horns today, Romania and England, but Romania just hoping to keep the score low in this one, have fun while they do it as well, and make sure there are no injuries for that very crucial game tomorrow against Italy.
Yeah, the conditions here are absolutely perfect. The sun is out. Happy to report that the thunderstorms that we experienced yesterday have passed, and now the two teams will be making their way onto the field of play.
So England then in their traditional white shirts, white shorts and white socks, led out by their goalkeeper Daniel James in a sky blue jersey, black shorts and sky blue socks. The Romanians led out by their goalkeeper Marius Coralia, who when he's on the substitutes bench actually acts as the guide behind the goals. The Romanians happy to be here, that certainly is the case, but they'll be looking to prove to be a banana skin along the way, and aptly they are in the yellow shirts, yellow shorts and yellow socks as well, waving to the crowd as they come onto the pitch.
Yeah, it really spells out the difference between the two squads when you look on the substitutes bench for England and you see the likes of Darren Harris, Nathan Edge new to the squad as well as Owen Bambridge as well. It just shows you the squad in depth that England have. And now we pause for the two anthems.
All 5 of the England players there on the bench as well, belting that one out, and I expect just the same from the Romanians as well. The first time they will sing their nation's anthem at a major tournament.
So the anthems have been sounded and greatly respected by the crowd here in Berlin. And the two teams just cross over and shake hands. Let's take another look at the two starting lineups. The England team led by number 5, Dan English. So for England, led by number 5, Dan English. In goal is number 13, Dan James. Number 4, Keren Seal. Number 7, Brandon Coleman. And number 9 up front, the silver-haired racer of Roy Turnham. In goal for Romania, number 23, Marius Corolea. Number 5, Cosmin Catalola. Number 6, Anut Anton.
Yellow or black? Yellow, please. Yellow. You are black. You change? Okay. You have the ball. You change. Okay. They will change. We over this side. You.
So looks like they're going to swap sides. Mihaly Nistur is the captain of Romania, and Adriani Bultas the main goal threats for Romania in their traditional yellow shirts, yellow shorts and yellow socks with red sides. England again in their traditional all-white strip with grey shoulders. Dan James leading the defence over to the right-hand side. The light blue shirt, and he's wearing his usual long black shorts. The goalkeeper for Romania, Marius Corolea, in an all-pink outfit, I would say, Jonathan.
Yeah, certainly standing out in goal for the Romanians is Marius Corolea, but we mentioned the English strength in depth, and that is epitomised by the fact that number 6, Robin Williams, joint captain, starts on the substitutes bench despite getting 6 goals in Euro 2015, which is unbelievably prolific. Currently in the starting lineup for England, it is Roy Turnham who is the front man, who is certainly going to have a keen view on goal with 4 goals in 2015 himself. He's the shortest of the England outfield players, but very quick with his feet and definitely trying to get some goals for England today.
Yeah, a real story actually, Robin Williams. He didn't take football up until only around about 4 or 5 years ago, and he was quite a large individual at the time, shifted plenty of weight, and now he's one of the mainstays of the national team, and I'm pretty sure he'll be on the field of play in the very near future. But a very strong England team, semi-finalists 2 years ago when they were the host nation in Hereford, losing in a penalty shootout in the semi-finals, finishing 4th overall. And England will be looking to at least get to those semi-finals, qualifying then for the World Cup next year, but then going on maybe to glory this time around. It's a very, very competitive IBSA Blind Football European Championships here in Berlin. I'd say possibly the favourites maybe coming out of Group B. You've got the likes of Spain, Turkey and also Russia. One of them obviously will not get through to the semi-finals. Very tight Group A. Germany leading the way in these early stages with that 2-0 victory against Italy. But now it's the turn of England against Romania. and the game gets underway. And it's Karen Seal, the tall, elegant number 4, switches play to the left-hand side for Roy Turnham, the main goal threats in this starting lineup, wearing number 9. Plenty of support from family and friends, lots of Roy Turnham t-shirts all around the stadium. He just loses the ball and drops back to the halfway line as Romanians try and clear their lines, and their mainstay will be this Adrian Barthez, number 8. Loses to Roy Turnham though. Central position, past the broken line, shot on goal, straight into the goalkeeper's mid-drift. Can't hold the ball, the goalkeeper. Comes out to the right-hand side of the D. Roy Turnham picks it up by the right-hand kickboard in an advanced position. Karen Seals come behind him for help. Back heel by Roy Turnham, finds Karen Seal, who comes forward. He can score. Karen Seal's got a good shot on him, left foot, and that goes wide. Didn't get the greatest connection, but early threats by England.
Yeah, very bright out the traps there, England, kicking from right to left in this first half, and the Romanians looking a bit shaky at the back there. Cosmin Colota, number 5, and Yunus Anton, the number 6, the 2 at the back in a square formation for the Romanians, who break towards the edge of the penalty area now, and it's a chance here for the number 7 as he comes in towards the byline, just evades him as it goes out of the play there. Mihai Nistor, the captain of Romania, was the one getting through, but Daniel English at the back for England, the number 5, just managing to foil him and get back to the goalkeeper, and Daniel James, who throws it forward.
Yeah, Dan James has got a real good throw on him. I think many of these, they do have to bounce inside his own half, and that was just by about a foot or so. That's going to be a feature of Dan James in goal with these long throws. Get the ball up into the opposition third. Karen Seal on the right-hand side, trots back towards the halfway line. Again, switches play, trying to find Roy Turnham. It finds Roy Turnham on the left-hand side of the D. Can't control the ball, goes out for a goalkeeping restart. And again, we're going to see a lot of interchange between Seal and Turnham up front. We've already seen a back heel by Turnham to find Seal, and they're going to be picking up the ball from these long throw-outs. But it's this time the turn of Romania. Out to the left-hand side, and Barthez gets the ball under control inside the middle third, passes the ball forward. That's intercepted by the midfield, and Coleman now comes over the halfway line. Central position, good close control, past the broken line, right-hand side, can't get a shot off on goal. Defender gets his body between himself and the ball, and Anton just shepherds the ball out, but one back by Coleman. Coleman's going to try and do this all himself though. Goes back to the broken line. Turnham is square on the left-hand side. His prod towards Turnham is intercepted. Romania fail to clear their lines, and Coleman tries to win ball back for England in the opposition third. Good play down that left-hand side by Nistor, the captain. Goes past one, goes past another. More bundling then through skill. Now gets the ball under control, prods it wide from distance. Well watched by Dan James, but a good attempt there by Romania, and that will give them a lot more confidence in these early stages.
Yeah, Nistor very much lonesome up front for Romania, but getting back as we have here, he concedes the first free kick of the game on the edge of the centre circle inside the Romanian half. It was Roy Turnham winning it. And we'll find out what the offence will be and what the result will be.
Yeah, this could be one issue for Romania, the pace and the skill of England. And the first team foul has been conceded by Romania. Now 5 team fouls are allowed before any 8-metre penalty shots on goal. But that's the first in the early stages. And because of the pace and power of England, it could cause a bit of problem with the Romanian defence. Here goes Turnham on the right-hand side. Good interception now by Barthez. Stops the attacking run and wins the ball back for Romania near the halfway line. Goes back towards his own third, and now Turnham can pick it up on the edge of the D. Can't win the ball back. That gets prodded out of play, and it's going to be a restart for Romania.
So we've played over 2.5 minutes here, and it's just what the doctor ordered as far as Romania were concerned. And their coach, Sorin Lapadatu, hoping that the score is as low as possible in this game. They're certainly not expecting to win, but he says, what's wrong with a bit of a surprise every now and then? And trying to spring a bit of a surprise here is Nistor down the right-hand side, bundling his way towards the byline. He goes a bit too far with the ball, though, and Daniel James can start from the back for England. A short roll out from him to Daniel English, who can turn on the edge of his own D, comes forward with it. He's got a lot of space around him, and he gets that call as well as he plays it to the right-hand side, and Karen Seal. It just rebounds behind him, though, off the backboard and out of play for Romania to start from the back with goalkeeper Marius Karalia.
Yeah, Karalia. It's just being spoken to by the official. I think he's saying, look, you can talk to your players inside this, your third of the field, but any further downfield, you have to give them complete silence. Rolls the ball out to the midfield position, and Botes quickly intercepted by Turnham, who's sticking with him on the halfway line. Turnham wins the ball back for England. He's in his own third, though, on the left-hand side. He's going to square the ball over to the right, trying to find Karen Seal down the right-hand side. Ball bounces off the kickboard inside the final third. Karen Seal has the ball under control. Turnham is square on the left. He's going to square it to find Roy Turnham, who's going to let the ball bounce off the kickboard. Botes is on him, but Turnham still has possession. Behind him is number 9, Coleman. Over to the right-hand side for Seal. Can't win the ball back, and that's going to run out of play. At the moment, England trying to pass the ball from right to left, left to right, and he's failing at the moment to get the ball under control and actually run towards the D. Might be a change of tactics for England as they try and win the ball back on the halfway line, but it's with Adrian Botes, the Marburg player here in Germany. Doesn't win the ball back for Romania. Turn him down the left-hand side into the D. Now he goes in a more central position. Shot on goal. Good save by the goalkeeper's legs. He dived to his left. The ball went to his right, but he saved it with his legs. Was he outside of the 2-metre square? That's what the referee's saying. So there's going to be a penalty here for England. The goalkeeper made the save, but it was illegal, says the referee. He was outside of his 2-metre square, and a real chance here for England to open the scoring.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see a replay of that, because what you had there was Marius Correlia making the save. He also had the defender joining him in that 2-metre square, and the referee straight onto the scene to say that Marius Correlia, the shot stopper in pink for Romania, illegally saved that shot, and he's going to have a bit more work to do now as Brandon Coleman, the number 7 for England, will step up from 6 metres out.
Yeah, initially did well, the goalkeeper. He, like I said, dived to his left. The ball went to his right. He saved with his legs, but he came far too out of his goal, and it's going to be a penalty here. Coleman, one hand on the ball. Goalkeeper crashed it down low. Throw from 6 metres. Goalkeeper's just being told to stand on his line. So Coleman, golden opportunity here for England to open the scoring. He can take one step back and then strike this ball. The goalkeeper just encroaches slightly. Going to be right-footed. Coleman scores for England, high into the roof of the net, straight down the centre. Cracking penalty there for Coleman. The goalkeeper went low, the ball went high, and England lead by 1-0.
And all the teams celebrating on the far side now in front of their bench, giving each other high fives and hugs. I'm sure the coaches as well will be chipping with a bit of information to give to the players. It's not been an easy start for England. Of course, they've had more of the possession. We expected that, but Romania have put up a very firm yellow wall, and the first brick of that wall has been taken out. England lead 1-0.
Yes, it was a save there by the goalkeeper, but you can see he's just he rolled out almost. His momentum took him too far forward, and he rolled out of his area, and the save was made by his legs, but the goalkeeper, an infringement there by being out of his 2-metre square. And England score, and they are 1-up in the early stages of this first half. But it's Romania with the ball on the left-hand side by the kickboard. Well won back and now prodded forward by Botes. There's no one on that left-hand side. And a real chance here for Coleman to go over the halfway line. There's 2 men with him. He goes past the first, runs into the second. No foul given by the referee to either team. And Coleman's trying to win ball back for England. Romania struggle to clear their lines at the moment, and Adrian Botes might just take things into his own hands. Won back by Coleman inside the final third, left-hand side. Now dribbles back across the broken line, stops, pirouettes, goes himself down the left, doesn't get a shot off on goal, edge of the D, goes to ground, nothing given by the referee. He says play on. Now Coleman drifts towards the centre, shoots from distance. Great save by the goalkeeper. That was going to nestle in the top corner, but he sprung away to his left-hand side. 2 hands, parries it over the top of the crossbar, and a corner to England. But good play once again by Coleman.
Wonderful stuff. The way he just arced his run on the left-hand side, came inside with a couple of yellow shirts trailing in his wake, and unleashed a firecracker with the right foot towards that top left corner. And Correlia managing to save to it. And despite the fact Coleman went to ground, still managed to pick himself back up again, go onto the right foot, and smash it towards that top corner of the net. So England have a corner. Stood over the ball is Daniel English, and just in front of him is Roy Turnham. And they're not just getting up close and personal, it's English just rolling it into the path of Turnham, who runs back to the dash line, tries to switch it towards the left-hand side, succeeds as well. Coleman, who's had a lot of possession so far for England, the attacking zone, can't really get it under control, and it squirms through to Marius Correlia, who bells it out to the left-hand side. And Nissa, the captain for Romania, if anyone's going to create something for the team in yellow. It's going to be him. He goes to ground under the challenge of Seal. The referee says play on. Ball still on the left-hand side, deep in the England half, and Seal will come out on top. He's certainly got physical presence as the England number 4, and he clears his lines towards the left-hand side, and Roy Turnham now trying to be receptive and get on the end of that ball. Of course, the rattle in the ball indicating to the players exactly as to where the location of the ball is. And currently on it now is Daniel English, slowing things down just inside the Romania half on the right-hand side, coming up towards the final third. He's got 2 yellow shirts around him. He cuts laterally inside. He runs into a couple of yellow bodies, though, who clear it over halfway, and England will have to build from the halfway line again. And Coleman turns to face his own goal and then looks out towards the left-hand side. A ball towards Roy Turnham. Turns with the ball. Of course, got 4 goals in 2015 in Hereford in the European Championships. Looking to get off the mark here as well. Goes into the area, goes down under the challenge of Correlia, the goalkeeper, and just can't keep it in as it squirms towards the far side byline. But Turnham there showing a quick turn of pace to get into the area. Couldn't unleash the shot, however. Yes,
the goalkeeper's entitled to go down inside his own 2-metre square. If the player then goes into that square and goes over, no penalty will be given, because an outfield player cannot go into the goalkeeper's own 2-metre square. So that was definitely not a penalty. But here comes English over the halfway line, past the broken line, chance for a shot from the edge of the D, just momentarily stands on the ball. Now a right-footed shot wide of the left-hand post. Good play there by the tall English, Dan English, who has interchanged positions at the moment with Brandon Coleman. England are changing their positions quite well. They were Roy Turnham having a bit of time at the back of the field in the defensive quarter, and then you've got the likes of English moving forward. Karen Seal currently operating at the back.
Slight stoppage in play here. The captain, Mihai Nistor, has been taken round the back of the advertising hoardings at the top left of the screen at the moment by the official. And it looks like Romania are going to have to be forced into their first change of the match. And coming on should be number 9, Florent Kovacs, whose blindfold is just being checked by the officials on the sideline before he's allowed onto the field of play. So Romania making their first change of the match. The captain, Mihai Nistor, has gone off, and replacing him is indeed Florent Kovacs.
Yeah, it looks like there's a problem actually with his left forearm and his hand. So when Romania don't need their captain off the field of play, Mihai Nistor, one of the more experienced players in this team, and he certainly will be a big loss. Whether he's just landed awkwardly on his left wrist, he's now shaking it, so hopefully he's okay and can re-enter the field of play. Goalkeeping restart for Romania, downfield, intercepted by Coleman, the goal scorer for England. Inside his own third, just runs over the ball, can't be intercepted by Romania at the moment. Forward comes their substitute, who runs straight into Coleman. Play's got slightly messy, and the referee's just telling everyone to get to the feet and will restart.
I said earlier on, Pete, that Sorin Lapidatu, the Romanian coach, is not only the coach, he's the driver, the physio, etc. And he's the one administering the magic spray to Mihai Nistor on the sideline on the far side. But it will be his replacement, Kovacs, who will contest this drop ball in front of Daniel English. The ball is dropped. English gets to get the loose ball away from Kovacs, who sort of leaves English to it. He chips the ball nicely, English, towards the left-hand side, and Roy Turnham got the call. He knew that the English number 9 was there. He tries to stride through the heart of the Romanian defence, but as he does so, he fails to connect with the right foot, and the ball just goes away towards the far side now for a Romanian ball with Marius Correlia behind it.
Quite common there in blind football when you're running with the ball and you decide to take a shot and the ball just runs too far forward, and it will squirm, slice away as you would have it, away if you're right-footed, away to the right, left to if you are a left-footed player. And that time Roy Turnham didn't get good purchase on the ball. He's going to try once again, but he can't pick up that ball from Coleman, the goal scorer. Runs out of play for another restart for Romania. So after 7.5 minutes, England leading by 1-0. That penalty from Coleman after the goalkeeper went out of his 2-metre square. But here come Romania in the yellow shirts. Downfield, Kovacs, the substitute, loses out, and Coleman picks it up for England on their own broken line by the left-hand kickboard. Tries to play it out himself, goes to ground. It's going to be a free kick here for England, followed by Kovacs. And the referee now comes across to the officials and says it was Kovacs, and it was because he didn't shout voy. So a foul committed Voy has to be shouted at all times.
Well, the number 3 card was put up there to signify a third team foul. I think it's the second for Romania. Can't remember being a second one before. I'll have to wait for confirmation of that. So it looks as if now Romania have done 2 team fouls. Meanwhile, England at the other end with a real opportunity. Shot comes in from Daniel English, left-footed shot, well wide of the right-hand upright of Marius Corralia's goal. And it will be he to restart play once again. We sound like a broken record because we said that line, Pete, quite a lot so far, but that just shows how much England have peppered the Romanian goal in these first 8 minutes.
That's true, but they've only got the 1 goal, and that was from that penalty in open play. They've troubled the goalkeeper on a number of occasions. Ball just goes into the hands of Dan James, who's had little to do in goal for England. He had to watch one shot go wide on his near post, and he underarm throws it to the right-hand side. It can't be picked up. First time basking by Dan English. He's going to chase it down towards the right corner. It's just being held off the ball by Romania, who clear their lines in emphatic style through to the goalkeeper Dan James, who neatly goes down on one knee. Rolls it out for Keren Seal. Keren Seal, again, good close control by the tall, elegant midfielder, who's got a hell of a shot on him as well. There's Keren Seal. He's just anchoring the team at the moment. Here he goes, though, over the halfway line, down the centre, past the first player, tries a drag back, just loses control, and he's going to leave that for a more advanced player in English to try and pick it up for England. In the final third, but it's Romania with their back to their own goal. Loses out to English. You don't want to lose the ball on the edge of your own area. English tries to come to a more central position, forced back by the Romanian defence. Leaves it now for Roy Turnham on the left-hand side, cuts in, shot in, hits the post, hits the goalkeeper, and then goes out for a corner. So Roy Turnham hits the near left-hand post, comes out, hits the back of the goalkeeper, and instead of running in the far post, it went wide by a matter of inches. A real danger moment there for Romania, but they get away with it. Hits the post, unlucky for Roy Turnham, and the goalkeeper once again went the wrong way on the initial shot and was very fortunate. You can see here Turnham, if you're watching the live stream, hits the post, hits the back of the goalkeeper, could have easily rolled into the back of the net, but goes wide of the right-hand post. It's going to be a corner, but unlucky there for England, and quite fortunate there, the goalkeeper once again.
And the substitution as well for England. Number 7, Brandon Coleman, is replaced by number 3, Owen Bainbridge. So that's their first change of the game. One apiece so far, as England have the set piece on the right-hand side. Rolled into the path of Turnham, who comes into a central position back to goal. Squirms out to the left-hand side. Good pressure being put on him at the moment by Adriani Botez. And he is joined by Kovacs on that near side, battling away for possession. It then goes loose towards the far side, and Daniel English picking up possession on the halfway line. Kovacs tenacious, battling away all the way with him, but English will indeed come out on top, and he clears it forward well over halfway and into the attacking third. Turnham picks up possession on the left hand side near to where the corners are taken. In his back he has got Cosmin Carlotta. Turnham tries to face the goal as he goes in towards the D, and the goalkeeper has to be careful not to go out of his goal area there, Marius Corralia. Indeed, he manages to do so and then throw it down the right-hand side. Romania looking for a route back into this game, losing by 1-0. 10.5 minutes gone on the clock. And at the moment, it is England doing the pressing and substitute. Owen Bainbridge getting it now on the edge of the area. He had Anton in front of him, the number 6. He managed to just clear it away. And down Romania's left-hand side, where English will let that ball trickle out, and Dan James will restart play. A rare touch of the ball for Dan James.
Yeah, Dan James in goal, yet to have a save to make. Timeout has been called. Timeout called by England. So the two sets of players will go over to the far side from our position. So we are 11 minutes into this first half. England winning by that 1-0, scored by Brandon Coleman, and the penalty caused by the referee coming out of his penalty square. And England, well, they'll be looking, as you said, before the game. They've beat Romania twice in the last few weeks, warming up for this competition by 7-0 and 5-0, and they were looking for at least those amounts, because this group is very, very tight indeed, and it might come down to goals scored. So England 1 up, but I think they'll be slightly disappointed they've not tested the goalkeeper more. They've had that one shot by Roy Turnham that's hit the post, come back, hit the goalkeeper, and then goes wide and out for a corner. They've had the one shot that was going to nestle in the top corner, which the goalkeeper did very well to save. But apart from that, it's been quite tight so far. Little at the other end to note. But I think England will be looking to get more goals as we approach half-time. I think they want to be safe in the match, and then they can go on maybe and really go for plenty more in the second half.
So substitution for England then, you may have heard in the background. Coming off is Roy Turnham, which you may think may mean the Romanians blowing a sigh of relief. However, oncoming is Robin Williams, the number 6, who scored 6 goals in 2015 in Hereford, and he'll be looking to certainly be another striking threat here, another bow in England's attacking armour. And it is the 3 lines who start from the back now, with Kerin Seal on the ball. Dead central inside his own half, slowly comes up towards the edge of the centre circle, then prods it towards the right corner. I think he was expecting a teammate to be there. However, Owen Bainbridge had come short instead, and it harmlessly goes out from a Romanian perspective. He'll throw it towards the left-hand side over halfway. Kovacs slightly lost track of the ball there, ran into Danny English as well as he tried to find the location of the ball again. Now Williams, with his first touch of these championships, manages to get past the tackle of Botes, now towards the left corner of the penalty area. Williams has his back to goal, and right in his back is indeed Cosmin Kolota, the big number 5. Williams retracts and goes to halfway, and Bainbridge, who looks towards the right-hand side, manages to just get past the leg of Kovacs, and now English has it. English has been very impressive so far, and he hits the side netting there from the right corner of the area and almost doubled England's lead.
Yeah, into the side netting. Just noting the goalkeeper as well. He was really on the edge of his own days. The ball just gets hoofed into the stand by Robin Williams, and that's the reason why the penalty was given. So the goalkeeper is living dangerously at the moment. Shot was into the side netting. But you can see there the goalkeeper out of his goalkeeping square once again. He'll have to mind that. He's already given away 1 penalty. He doesn't want to give any more away. They're under enough pressure, the Romanians, as it is. But a good effort on goal. Again, many players now going high with the increased goal width and height. 66 centimetres, remember, has been increased by in width and 33 centimetres in height. So going high into the roof of the nets is not a bad option indeed. Just coming over to the near side, and that's Kovacs just checking his eyewear. Remember, there's a mixture of B1, B2 and B3 visual impairments out there on the field, and everyone needs to be on the same level playing field, so that's why patches and masks are worn, so everyone is at B1 level.
Stood over the ball at the moment is Adriani Botes, who will take the free kick once the referee on the far side is satisfied that Florent Kovac's eyewear is indeed appropriate. The Romanian coach, Sorin Lapidatu, is currently talking to the official, maybe administering an extra layer of patch there on top of the eye of Kovac.
So yeah, just checking the eyewear. So in his first half, Roy Turnham, who's off the field now after being substituted, was patrolling down his left-hand side, and his usual cut-ins on his right foot resulting in hitting the post. But I think he'll be disappointed not to get any else on targets, many being blocked by the Romanian defence, who I have to say have done very well at the moment to limit England just to that 1 goal, which again was from that set piece, that penalty given away by the goalkeeper. Silence being asked in the stadium. And there's a smattering of people on the far side, but near side the stadium is quite full actually. Plenty of support here for England, lots of family and friends, big banners and flags also adorning the stands. The referee just not happy with the way that was taken. I think it was a double kick actually. Yeah, double touch has been given, so Romania will lose the ability to take that free kick, and it will go to England. So just inside their own half on the right hand side, and Dan English will just roll it forward for Robin Williams, who now makes one of his mazy runs, runs straight into opposition player. Voy was called by both, so no foul given at all. And that's Romania down the right-hand side. Florian Kovacs now with his blindfold readjusted, trying to keep the ball from going out of play. He can't, and it's going to be Dan James to restart for England.
Well, these players may be visually impaired, but it does not stop them from absolutely giving it their all in a physical sense. And I think Robin Williams there almost knocked Adriani Botes back into Romania. It was a very tough collision, that one, and England have a chance and they score at the other end. Daniel English gets England a 2nd goal in this game. He was down the right-hand side of the penalty area. Didn't look like it was a very favourable angle to have a strike on goal, but he unleashed A really fierce drive into the roof of Marius Karolia's net. The near post as well, he may be disappointed, but England 2-0 up.
Very similar to an effort only minutes ago, and it was Dan English again on that right-hand side, this time into the roof of the net from an acute angle. Only minutes earlier it was the same effort, but hitting the side netting. This time beats the goalkeeper for pace, and England have doubled their lead. So in this first game for England and Romania, the second game in Group A, after 12 minutes, it is England winning by 2-0, and that will settle just a few nerves on the English team. And now they'll be hunting for more goals to get them top of Group A in these early stages. Here comes Robin Williams once again on the right-hand side. Can he shoot? No, just takes one too many touches and fails to get our shots on target. But again, Robin Williams coming into this game off the bench. We expected him to be a starting player for England after all them goals pre these European Championships. Here goes English down the right hand side once again, similar position for the second goal, and he scores the third. This time goes across the goalkeeper, who goes down, gets a leg on the ball, but it trickles into the back of the net. I don't think the goalkeeper's going to be very happy with his effort there, but English has made it 3-0, the lead for England. And again, that right hand side, he goes down the right hand side, beats one or two players, his size and pace. This time doesn't go for power, doesn't go for height, goes across the goalkeeper, but it ends in the back of the net, and England winning by 3-0.
And Daniel English has given a bit of a break now as he comes off, and he's replaced by England's number 8, Darren Harris. And as far as Romania are concerned, the threats keep on coming in their direction. A great player in Daniel English going off, and Darren Harris coming on. Daniel English, incidentally, absolutely matching the goal tally he got in 2015 in Hereford. So a good start for England then, 3-0 up. And they'll certainly be looking for more before the half is out. England have possession left-hand side just over halfway with Robin Williams trying to turn and run down that left channel. He's got 3 yellow shirts swarming towards him, but Robin Williams is going all the way here. And the end, as he gets towards the edge of the area, a low shot is blocked by the legs of Cosmin Kolota, and it goes out for a corner ball on the left-hand side for England. And Romania are now going to make another change.
Yeah, tremendous dribbling skills there by Robin Williams as a substitution is made for Romania. Coming off the field is number 6, that's Anut Anton. And then coming onto the field will be number 3 for Romania. And this is Alexandru Cucu is on the field. Long hair, tall player, Cucu. And he will be coming across to defend this corner. But lovely skills earlier by Robin Williams. Seen a replay there of the second goal, high into the roof of the net. And English repeated the trick only a few seconds later, going across the goal. Here's English, who squares the ball. Actually, that was Karen Seal across to the far side to find Owen Bainbridge in that favourable position on the right of the D. So far, proving fruitful for England with those 2 goals coming from the edge of the D. Can't get a shot off on goal, and the goalkeeper will now restart for Romania.
Kovacs on the left-hand side, just short of halfway, coming in field laterally. He collides into the challenge of Seal before the ball squirms out to this near side, and England pick it up with Williams. Going from left to right on halfway now, he turns. I don't think he's aware that there's room in front of him. He certainly is now as he darts towards the attacking third, dribbling all the way through. He then gets clipped by Cuckoo. Williams still has possession, shot goes in towards the near post, and it is saved by Karalia. A real strange bit of play that. Williams almost coming out on top though with an England fourth. Can he get one now? Comes up towards the edge of the area, dead central, and the shot with the left foot goes wide.
Yeah, really lucky there for Robin Williams. Again, tremendous close control, beating all the defenders on the field, and his shot was saved, and his second effort, rather more hurried, goes wide. But here comes Owen Bainbridge down the centre, over to the right-hand side, shot saved, low to the goalkeeper's left. Did very well, the goalkeeper, to parry it wide. Bainbridge off balance, and he's gone to ground. He's slowly getting to his feet. He's just complaining his shoulder's hurting, so I think he's going to ask for the trainer to come on, and a substitution is going to be made. But good play there by Owen Bainbridge from a central position, a right-footed shot. You can see Owen Bainbridge goes to ground, falling backwards. Looks like the shot was maybe going wide. The goalkeeper didn't know that, and he parries it round. And Bainbridge fell awkwardly on his right side. It's his right shoulder that's the problem. The trainer comes on for England, and they can make a substitution. But England already made a number of substitutions in this first half, showing the strength of their squad, bringing on players like Robin Williams and Owen Bainbridge himself. But it looks like they're going to have to be enforced into making one here. And the one thing you don't want in these early stages of a big competition like these IBSA Blind Football European Championships here in Berlin is you don't want to lose a player through injury in these early stages, Jonathan.
So laid on his back is Owen Bainbridge with the trainer nursing what looks like the right knee. You're right, Pete, when he went down to grab there, Bainbridge, he was touching his right shoulder, but maybe it's the whole of his right-hand side that is suffering after that fall, Owen Bainbridge. Of course, England will restart with a corner after this change is made. It is a very much inevitable change. Bainbridge doesn't look fit to continue at all, and Nathan Edge is getting ready on the far side, the England number 10. To be welcomed onto the field. But just going back to the bit of play that we've had here, Pete, I have to say England seem to have ditched the tactics of possession and they just thought there's goals to be had here. Let's charge at the Romanian defence, who seem to be vulnerable, and fire shots in on goal.
Yeah, it's a tactic that was employed by Germany in the first game, where the attacks came from deep, running at the defence, rather than the tactic maybe of having Roy Turnham on the left and playing the ball across the D. That might be coming into play against, dare I say it, better teams really than Romania or teams that you'd expect to go further in this tournament. But I think against a team like Romania, you want to start your attacks from deep, run at the defence, possibly draw a foul. They've already drawn 3 of them so far in this first half, and then you can get your shot off on goal. And it's a tactic that's proved quite productive for England, with those 2 goals for Dan English and Robin Williams causing all sorts of problems. Here's Karen Seal, can't get a shot off on goal from the edge of the D. It was a good defence there by Florian Kovac, who goes to the ground, slowly gets to his feet, still with Karen Seal on the left now for England, goes back to the halfway line. He's been shepherded off the ball by Betezu, a lovely drag back, and he runs over to the left-hand side, just loses out to Robin Williams, who from that left-hand side again starts his run. A crossover past the broken line by the left-hand kickboard, stops. Now Maisie dribble back to the halfway line, just gets the ball under control, squares it over to the right-hand side for Karen Seal. Seal now will start an attack on the right, gets to the broken line, goes to ground, fair tackle by the Romanian defender, still with Karen Seal, loses out, and it goes out for a goal kick.
I think that's a corner, you know, Pete. It might just have clipped the toe end of Cuckoo as it was about to go past the byline. So England will have a set piece in that right corner, and going across is Karen Seal, who will lay it off to Robin Williams, whose dribbling has been exquisite since coming on for England midway through this first half. He'll get the ball now in the right corner of the D, immediately charging towards the area. Shot is initially saved. Can it come back to him? Yes, it will. He's got his back to goal, he's got Cuckoo in his back, he's on the right corner, turns nicely, and Cuckoo is back for another chomp of the cherry, and it goes out for another England corner.
Yeah, good defending there by Cuckoo, the tall number 3, who got in the way of Robin Williams, who with his back to goal, span on a sixpence and just failed to get his shot off, and he'll have another go, this time from the England right-hand side. So 6, Robin Williams is going to possibly leave this. Nope, he's going to step forward, and it's going to be tapped forward, and here goes Robin Williams back to the halfway line. So he's going to start his attack from deep, even though he had a corner. So he's inside his own third now, down the left-hand side, just loses possession, passes it down actually left-hand side for Karen Seal, who was hidden from our view. He goes himself to the broken line, just trying to push Botez, who does very well himself, wins the ball back off Karen Seal, goes down the left-hand side. He's into the D now, can't get a shot off on goal, but good play there by the Romanian number 8.
Absolutely was a rare attack from Romania, who since the departure of Mihai Nistor, their captain, the number 7, they have struggled to create anything in the final third, but Botez taking it by the scruff of the neck, as he does again now, tussling away on the far side with Karen Seal, who's next to his own byline here. I think he's just wanting to shepherd the ball out for a goalie ball, and he certainly succeeds in that as well. So Dan James starting from the back, bowling it out. There are 5 minutes remaining of this first period, with England leading by 3-0. Williams, left corner of the D, trying to go in the area, tackles Cuckoo, and then he kicks at the goalkeeper. I don't think he knew that he was in that goal area there. Marius Coralia going down like something had caught his ankle that was a bit more severe than a right leg of an England footballer, but I think Romania will restart with possession, and a handshake between Coralia and Williams.
Yes, it's
a nasty collision.
Yes, it's one of those incidents really that it will happen, and inadvertently again that these things will happen. The goal centre forward will go into the goalkeeping 2-metre square, trying to get a shot off on goal, and just taking the ball too far and colliding with the goalkeeper. Once again, a shake of hands. It's going to be a team foul for England though, and that's only their first of this first half, so I don't think it's going to make any difference regarding 8-metre penalty kicks. Back to Karen Seal down the right hand side for England, and a foul has been given away by the Romanian defender, and that was number 9 Florian Kovkas. And once again, when the officials do give a free kick, they will come to the halfway line and they signify to the officials bench, which is on the halfway line. It gives everyone in the stadium an indication of whether it's a team foul, what was it given for. So a foul there given by number 9 for pushing, and that's his first foul and the 4th team foul for Romania. So there's going to be a free kick for England on the right hand side by the corner and also the right hand kickboard. Seal and Williams, 3 men in the wall. It's going to be left for Williams, who I predict he's going to make a dribble towards the centre. Before that, there's going to be a substitution now, and Karen Seal is going to come off, and coming on will be number 7 Brandon Coleman, who opened the scoring for England with that penalty early on in this first half. So 4 Seal replaced by 7 Coleman, and Coleman's going to come over to take this free kick, just roll it forward for Robin Williams. 3 men in the wall for Romania. The loose man on the edge of the D in a central position is Adriana Botes, but it's going to be once again the close control of Robin Williams on show here from this free kick.
And the man behind the goal with the navy blue training top and navy blue tracksuit bottoms, who's tapping the post at the moment. He's not trying to be a nuisance, he's helping the England attackers realise where the goal frame is, and Robin Williams was listening out for that. He'll now be able to strike at goal, and it works in off the left-hand upright, and he gets his first goal of these championships. England get their 4th for the first half. It has been a truly fantastic performance in an attacking sense from them so far in this game, and Robin Williams, the substitute, manages to get his name onto the score sheet for the first time here in Berlin.
Yes, it was a left-footed effort from number 6, Ron Williams. Took a deflection off a defender. The goalkeeper, I don't think will be happy being beaten at his near post. Just squirmed under his hand, hit the inside of the post and trickled over the line. It's 4 goals for England. 4-0 they lead with a couple of minutes to go in this first half. And, well, earlier on we were saying that after 10 minutes or so they'll be disappointed that they've only got the 1 goal to show for their domination. But now they've got 4 and they'll be looking for more.
So Romania will eventually start from the restart here. The ball's just been momentarily moved off the centre spot, and the referee's just making sure it's back in place now. Of course, the officials just as important communicating with the players as the trainers, coaches and the goalkeepers are as well. Very much a team effort to make sure all the players are aware of exactly what is going on around them. And at the moment it's a tussle between Coleman and Botes. The latter comes out on top, left corner of the D. Edge manages to get across here, but only momentarily. Nathan Edge then goes to ground. He picks up the ball, the man with the bright yellow trainers, and coming straight back onto the scene is Botes. Botes spinning around in circles here. He's got 3 England shirts around him, but he's done remarkably well, Botes, to keep possession until Robin Williams came on the scene, and the most recent England goal scorer with the red trainers has possession. Comes over halfway, switching it to the left-hand side in the attacking zone now, and with the opportunities, Darren Harris coming into a central position from the left-hand side. Turns then back onto left foot, left corner of the D, goes down under the challenge of Kalota. No wrongdoing according to the referee. England still having possession just outside the attacking zone. Switch from left to right by Robin Williams to the feet of Brandon Coleman. The tall number 7 coming inside, now back on the outside of Kovacs, goes past the challenge of Kuku, who trips up Brandon Coleman. No foul, Coleman continues, and from the right corner of the area he flashes a good effort right-footed across the face of Marius Karolia's goal, and it will be the Romanian shot stopper all in pink to restart play. So we're very close indeed to the end of this first period, just 4 minutes remaining, and that is exactly the score that England lead by, 4-0. Coleman with another effort, saved at the near post by Karolia.
Yeah, good effort there and a good save by the goalkeeper. He managed to keep hold of that. It was straight at him, but once again it was straight at the goalkeeper. Good handling skills by the keeper, who's going to restart the game. 2.5 minutes to go in this first half. over on throw downfield. Kavakis, who's none the worse from that earlier injury scare, tries to turn away from Darren Harris. Darren Harris, one of the more experienced players on the England side, wins it back for England, goes to ground, free kick given, and this could be an interesting decision here. Kavakis doesn't like the decision at all, screams out in anger. I wonder if they're going to give a team foul here. If they do, a personal foul for the player. And that is indeed the 5th foul for Romania. So Romania have 5 team fouls. That's the 5th team foul for Romania. Any more in this first half, and it will be an 8-metre penalty for England. So 5 for Romania. England still with just the 1. So we'll see what happens in this remaining 2 minutes or so. Here goes Robin Williams down the right once again, goes to ground. Referee almost put his whistle to his mouth once again. Williams intercepted, still has the ball for England, goes himself, edge of the D. Williams back towards the broken line. He's got on his outside Harris, left hand side. Williams still going himself. He wants to get another goal onto his name. Dribbles over to the left, still inside the final third for England. Over on the right hand side, he's got a teammate, but he goes himself. Shot comes off a defender and wide for a corner.
Well, it's admirable stuff from Robin Williams. I don't know if there was a line sort of following him that could be drawn on the pitch, it'd be one hell of a wiggle in the attacking third. He went from right to left to right to left, eventually got the shot away and wins a corner on the left-hand side. Darren Harris stands over it. Coming across as well is Brandon Coleman. Little and large in that corner at the moment, with Brandon Coleman stood behind Darren Harris, and the latter has the ball now, comes towards the edge of the attacking zone, switches it from left to right. The ball sort of stops in the surface, but still manages to find Robin Williams, who charges. That looks as if it may be the 6th foul. We'll have to wait and see if that is the case. Conceding the foul was Adriani Botes. The official is now going to the far side to signify the call, and that is another team foul. We're going to have an 8-metre penalty for England, and it's Brandon Coleman who stood over the ball looking to get his 2nd of the game. Both of them would be from the spot.
Yeah, so the first time we've had this new rule in force, so 5 team fouls have been committed. This one's a 6th, an automatic 8-metre penalty for England, and it's going to be number 7, and that's Brandon Coleman, who's already scored from the penalty spot. This time it's from the 8-metre, not the 6 from earlier. He's going to employ the same tactic. Hand on ball, he's going to take one step back with his right boot and then come forward and strike the ball. There are 1 or 2 different techniques for taking a penalty. You can actually take a run-up if you like, maybe 1 or 2 steps. You have to be a very technically gifted player to do that. The goalkeeper's actually just standing off his line slightly. They can be inside their penalty square. Here goes Coleman, shoots into the top corner. It's the 5th for England, the 2nd for Coleman. It's the 2nd penalty. He scored from the 6-metre spot. He scored from the 8-metre spot. England have 5. And it's just before half-time, so a really good first half for England. Good displays by all their outfield players. Coleman with 2. 2 goals also for Dan English. The other scored by the impressive Robin Williams. And it's been a very impressive England display in this first 20 minutes.
Well, of course, both goalkeepers are sighted, but it didn't really matter then, because the fierce strike from number 7, Brandon Coleman, there was way too much for the goalkeeper. Marius Carolia is beaten for a 5th time in this first half. Romania will start again, kicking from left to right, of course, in their yellow shirts, yellow shorts and yellow socks, looking to get one back before the half-time break, but they may have to actually do a job in keeping out Robin Williams here from an England 6 as they come towards the attacking zone. He switches it towards the left-hand side, searching for Darren Harris, who does pick up possession, the England number 8. In his back, he's got Kovacs, who's come back to defend. A good switch, though, from Darren Harris to find Robin Williams. He just can't keep it in, though. The heavy touch on that right-hand side, meaning it went too far for him, over the byline and out for a Romania ball. Yeah, one of the first times really that Robin Williams has failed to control the ball. Thrown out by the goalkeeper for Romania. Lovely back heel from that right-hand side over to the left. Can't be picked up by a yellow shirt. It's the substitute for England on that far side, number 10, Nathan Edge, with his first real touch of the ball. Going back inside his own third towards the edge of the D. But it's with Romania on the edge of the D with number 8, Adrian Botes. Can't get a shot off on goal. And Dan James will mop this up for England. And he manages to throw it away and set England straight away on the counter charge with Robin Williams in towards the attacking zone. Brilliant dribbling from him, shot straight down the throat of Marius Karelia, who manages to just pat it away with 2 hands. And England are forced back towards the halfway line. Darren Harris with possession, coming in from the left-hand side, edge of the centre circle in the Romania half. The 2 number 8s battling for possession as Adriano Botes gets on the scene and forces Darren Harris back towards halfway. The Englishman plays it out towards the left-hand side, and Robin Williams coming in towards the left side of the penalty area, just couldn't quite get sufficient contact of it with the right foot. It didn't matter anyway, because England have been superb in this first period of 20 minutes, and they lead against Romania by 5-0. 2 penalties from Brandon Coleman, one of them opening the scoring from 6 yards, the other closing the first half scoring from 8 yards. Inside of those 2 goals, 2 from Daniel English, more or less carbon copies of the other on the right hand side of the penalty area, both flashing past Marius Corelia's near post. And Robin Williams also got himself on the score sheet. Some really mazy runs in that first period from the tall English joint captain. He got 6 goals in Hereford in 2015, and he's off the mark as well here in Berlin on day number 2 of these IBSA Blind Football European Championships. Game 1 for England and Romania, and it is the 3 Lions who lead in Group A by 5-0.
So thank you very much. Commentary from Jonathan Bell and Peter Selby, who's alongside me here once again. Well, we thought Team Germany would be happy with their start. You've got to say, after a first half performance there, Peter, England will be tremendously happy. 5-0 here at half time. You'll notice we've got something new in the studio. We've been joined by one of the official match balls as well. Just very quickly, we're going to explain a little bit about these match balls. They're not just your average football, and they're certainly not one of the flyaway ones you used to buy from the petrol station.
No, not at all. It's slightly heavier than your traditional size 5 ball. It's a size 4 football. It's got bells inside, so obviously the players can hear it. It's heavier than you do imagine, so when a player's running towards the penalty area, shooting from only 3-4 yards out, for a goalkeeper, that's why goalkeepers wear a lot of padding on their sides. Dan James for England, you'll notice, has a lot of padding on his shorts. It's quite heavy, isn't it, Alan?
Yeah, you can hear, maybe I think through the microphone, you can hear the bell, so that's what they're using. Thank you very much. That is how heavy it is here in the studio. So this is the IBSA Blind Football European Championships 2017. We've learned a little bit more about the ball. Let's learn a little bit more about this game. What was your view on England's performance there? Were Romania just sort of taken by surprise, or is that what you expected?
It's what I expected. I think Romania did quite well for the first 10 minutes or so. You've got to remember that England have beat Romania twice in warm-ups, 5-0 and 7-0, so they knew what was coming. But England, I noticed that they changed their tactics. On the left-hand side, they had Roy Turnham, who was swapping play over from the left to the right with Karen Seal. That tactic was thrown away, and basically they brought on substitutes like Robin Williams, and they attacked from deep, which we saw in the earlier game was very fruitful for the Germans in their 2-0 victory against Italy. And that's where the goals came from. Runs from deep, especially on that right-hand side. The second and third goal for English, high into the roof of the net, beating the goalkeeper. But they needed to get that first goal, and they got it from a scenario that doesn't often happen in blind football, where the goalkeeper actually comes out of his own 2 metre square and gives away a penalty.
We can take a look at that penalty indeed as you keep viewing your screen. The penalty for the goalkeeper coming out of his penalty area, and we'll take a look here as it happens. Just keep your eyes on the feet just there, and the legs just outside the box, and immediately the referee spotted that and called it.
Yeah, it's a tactic that Roy Turnham really likes to use, cutting in from the left-hand side, using his right foot. Goalkeeper went one way, ball went the other, but it was outside of his goalkeeping square. Good penalty, though.
What a one-step penalty that is.
Yes, Coleman, his first of 2 goals. This time it's from the 6 metre penalty spot. Again, one hand on the ball, and then strikes it very cleanly, high, straight down the centre, roof of the net. Goalkeeper goes to his right-hand side. I think if he stayed what it was, he still wouldn't have managed to save the ball.
Second goal, well, we've heard of double Dutch, but we had double English. All of a sudden, we had 2 goals from that young man.
Yeah, Dan English from that right-hand side. Earlier on, only a couple of minutes before this, a very similar effort hit the side netting, this time into the near top corner. Goalkeeper nowhere near it. A really good finish by Dan English. And he employed the same tactics for the third goal. You can see English picking it up from deep, and I mentioned, instead of squaring the ball over to the left-hand side, going himself himself in a very similar position, goes across the goalkeeper, and I think the goalkeeper might be a bit unhappy with his performance.
I was going to say, I think sometimes you talk about the power and the skill of the player involved here. I think the keeper himself would be disappointed when he sees this one back, to see this come across his right side. In fact, he virtually gets a full shin on it and still doesn't put it wide. I think he's going to be really disappointed with that one.
Yeah, I think he was expecting the power of this first goal for English. This time he didn't get enough power on it, but goalkeeper falling backwards almost helped it into the net. The fourth goal here, the fourth goal for Robin Williams, who's been very impressive since he's come on, scored a lot of goals this year. Very interesting story, Robin Williams. Only been playing blind football for 4 or 5 years. Really got into the sport, lost an awful lot of weight, tremendous dribbling skills. This one squirms under the goalkeeper. And then the fifth goal, again Coleman, but this time from 8 metres rather than 6 metres. And this was because Romania had committed 6 team fouls. You can see below the scoreboard, they've got 5 on the board. Any more will result in an 8-metre penalty kick. And with the increased size of the goals, those 8-metre penalty kicks are going to be very, very dangerous indeed.
Yeah, a lot of fouls committed against the England team, and they've taken advantage of that indeed. So 5-0 here, Pete. You see that penalty once again, the 8-metre one, rifling into the back of the net. Are Romania good enough to stop this at 5 and come back into it, or are we on the lookout here for even more goals in the second half?
More goals, more of the same for England. Speaking to the coaches beforehand, they were saying not only did they want to get off to a good start, by winning the game, but by also scoring a lot of goals. Romania, I'm not going to say they're the whipping boys in this group, but a lot of the teams will be looking to get a lot of goals against them. So they want to hit 8, 9, maybe even double figures, because the likes of Germany, France and Italy will be looking to do exactly the same. It's going to be a very, very tight Group A, and I think it might come down to goal difference.
Yeah, having only been to the 2 goals in the first game in this group between Germany and Italy, England will be delighted to be high-fiving themselves into the second half. The IBSA Blind Football European Championships here in Berlin. No rain today, as you might have noticed. It caused all sorts of drama yesterday. The only thing that's raining here are goals for England as we head towards the second half. You can see outside, lovely weather. We're going to send Pete off in a couple of moments back to the commentary box. And to all of you, we're going to take a look at a few moments of what's coming up for the rest of the day, hopefully. And here, more of the same, I think, will be asked for by the England team and the England coaches. So obviously England's victory here, should it continue in this vein, will take them to the top of the table. Germany's goal difference is +2 from that victory over Italy. And the next time we see any of these teams in action will be tomorrow, Italy versus Romania at 11. France taking on Germany later on in that day as well. And here comes Group B, and we'll start their action a little bit later on. Georgia versus Spain at 5 and 7:30 tonight. Turkey versus Belgium. So Group B will have had its first 2 games of the competition as well. So in a couple of moments we will be ready for the action. So for now, I'll hand over to the commentary team of Jonathan Bell and Peter Selby.
Thank you very much, Alan. Yes, indeed, England leading 5 goals to nil, and more of the same will be required in the second half. As for Romania, they'll be hoping for this man on the screen now, their captain Mihai Nistor. He went off midway through the first half through injury of what seemed to be the left forearm. He's now got white strapping around that area, and hopefully for him and Romania, that will be enough for him to persevere with the second half through the pain and maybe stop the rot at 5-0, but of course easier said than done. Also worth mentioning, it looks as if warming up in the Romanian goal is their substitute goalkeeper, who is also their guide, which is just sort of sums up how limited the Romanians are in terms of funding. They have to use the reserve goalkeeper in order to be their guide. So Vlad Tofan at the back of the shot there in the goal at the moment, taking shots from Marius Correlia, the number 23. So a potential change in the Romanian goal. In terms of the outfield players, as I mentioned, Mihai Nistor back on the field, the number 7, their captain, and he has replaced, it looks as if, their number 8, Adriani Botes, who I'm quite surprised, Pete. He was an impressive player in the first half, quite a terrier in the middle of the park, Adriani Botes, but they've opted for the flair of Mihai Nistor.
Yes, as much as obviously Romania, their first major tournament, and you mentioned that they're here to enjoy themselves, but it's nothing fun about being on the end of a bit of a hiding. 5-0 at half-time, and England are going to persevere with Darren Harris on the field alongside Robin Williams, number 7, dual goal scorer Brandon Coleman, with 10, Nathan Edge just anchoring the team, and they've made a change in goal as well, have England. Dan James currently off the field, so Dylan Malpass is between the sticks. So England shooting from left to right, all in whites. The yellow of Romania from right to left from our commentary position. Opposite, you can see the officials' tents, where they're just having a bit of a discussion here. Looks like we're all ready. Official comes to the near side, he's going to give the thumbs up. I'll give the thumbs up to the referee to say, let's get on with the game. Nice of him to acknowledge us. Just checking that the goalkeeper's fine. Over to Dylan Malpass. Good goalkeeper for England. They've got strength in depth there with Dan James and Dylan Malpass between the sticks. And Romania get the game underway in a lovely little Marseille roulette in the centre there by Mihaly Nistor, the captain of Romania. Up into the final third, left-hand kickboard, being shepherded by Darren Harris. And Nistor goes himself down the left-hand side towards the corner, edge of the D, just gets out-muscled by the England defence. It's on the edge of the goalkeeping square. Malpass goes to ground, and it goes between his knees. And good goalkeeping there, didn't panic, just blocked any attempted shot and rolls it down the left. For Robin Williams, a lovely turn by the left-hand kickboard. Just runs into the Romanian defence, still with Williams, bulldozing his way through the defence, edge of the D, and eventually gets crowded out.
I don't know if this is Robin Williams or Iron Man in a Robin Williams costume, because the way he goes through the Romanian defence is absolutely brilliant, and those fall around him. He manages to stay upright and still dribble away. Kovac's trying to do it at the other end now for Romania. Has possession in the centre circle inside the England half. Faced up by Coleman. Coleman trying to come out on top. Of course, Coleman on a hat-trick at the moment. And he has possession down the right-hand side now. Faced up by Anton. And both of them pressing alongside the right-hand board. And I think that's a foul committed by Unit Anton there. He was holding on to Brandon Coleman a bit too much for the referee's liking on the near side. And it's a foul in favour of England.
Yes, and we've already witnessed in the first half an 8-metre penalty kick because of 16 fouls being given away, and a yellow card has been issued to number 6. So number 6, Anuts Anton, given the yellow card. Referee comes to the near side. So yes, foul being given, yellow card for holding, and that's the first team foul for Romania in these early stages. And I wouldn't be surprised if we manage to get more 8-metre penalty kicks.
Well, you'd be hoping with the Romanians that they've learnt a lesson from the first half, conceding 5 team fouls. They've conceded their first in the second half already, a minute in.
Yes, a number of fouls can be given just because the opposition have the ball running at pace and inadvertently give away fouls, but holding on, there's no excuse for that. And it's a deliberate action, hence the reason the yellow card being given. Coleman shoots, hits the goalkeeper, comes straight back out to Coleman on the right-hand side, goes back to the broken line. Good interception by Kovac's. He manages to square the ball over to the right. Nistor can't pick it up for Romania. He does so at the second attempt. Across comes Robin Williams, who's quite a tall, broad individual, and uses his strength. Lovely little drag back again. Here goes Williams down the left. Past the broken line, up to the edge of the D, and then the last man just gets in his way. What a goal that would have been if it burst the back of the net. The clearance is poor though, picks out Darren Harris on the left for England. Harris holding his man well, who's a lot taller and broader, and a foul has been given. Harris got his body between himself and the Romanian opponent, but illegally, says the referee. So free kick to Romania.
Yeah, decent start from them, Pete, in the second half so far. 2 minutes gone in this second period. The score still 5-0 to England. And the Romania coach, Sorin Lapidatu, did say the big game for them is tomorrow against Italy. Come out of this game with no injuries and make sure that you're not too disheartened by the scoreline and you're able to go into tomorrow's game against Italy with a fresh mindset and ready to go for 3 points.
Yeah, and the team foul there for England. So Romania 1, England 1 in terms of team fouls in the second half. Here goes Harris across the broken line. Scuffed effort on goal into the goalkeeper's hands. No trouble for the Romanian keeper. Over on throw downfield. Nistor picks it up. Turns well inside the centre circle. Into Coleman though, who goes to ground. And that could be a foul for Romania. Coleman looked like he just got in the way. Yes, a foul given by Coleman. He went for the ball, missed the ball, and then of course was there. And the Romanian player collided. So this could be given because of Voy not called. This could be the second team foul for England in these early stages. Yeah, Voy not called by Coleman. So 2 team fouls for England in this second half. Free kick to Romania, just outside the broken line, left-hand side.
And Kovac is stood over the ball on the left of it, the number 9, with Nistor to the right. England have 4 men, not really in an organised wall, but blockading the edge of their penalty area in a diamond shape. Very narrow diamond shape, it has to be said. Robin Williams has gone. Nistor shoots towards that far corner, well met by Dylan Malpas. First save for him as he throws it down the left-hand side for Robin Williams, who retracts inside his own half, dead central. Now worms his way down the left-hand side into the attacking zone. It comes off Cuckoo and will be out for an England corner on that left-hand side. And Robin Williams, once again, the England defenders can sort of get a bit of a respite. They give it Robin Williams and they just say, right, you do a bit of work, try and get a shot away, get us a corner.
Yeah, tremendous dribbling skills by Robin Williams. Again, starting the runs from deep, like we saw in the latter stages of the first half. Corner to England, left-hand side. Williams and Harris. Looks like it's going to be Harris who's going to dribble the ball around the edge of the D. Here goes Harris with that banana slalom run into the D. Chance for a shot and just failed to pull the trigger. It would have been a glorious opportunity from all of 3 yards out. Dead centre, but just couldn't get the shot away.
So Romania taking the resulting throw there from their goalkeeper, Vlad Tofan, into the path of Kovacs, who goes onto the edge of his defensive third. Nice ball out to the right-hand side and a strong foul from Robin Williams, who just collides into Mihai Nistor there, the Romanian captain. And, well, I likened Robin Williams to Iron Man earlier on, and he just clattered into Nistor there. Of course, physicality a big part of the game, and England have a 3rd team foul after that. So it's England who aren't exactly the disciplinarians at the moment in this game. So Romania have a free kick, right of centre, just over the halfway line. Nistor alongside Kovacs taking this, so they're also the furthest 2 forward. Kovacs making inroads down the heart of the England defence. Coleman comes across and manages to shepherd the ball out of play. England have it back with their goalkeeper Dylan Malpas, and I don't think that Kovacs was too happy with that there, but it seemed like a fair challenge.
Yeah, completely fair challenge, ran into the back of an opposition, no free kick given. On the halfway line, it's with Williams. Williams more central now in the centre circle, over to the right-hand side, trying to find some space. He's got the entire Romanian team between him and the net at the moment, but he's at the broken line, left-hand side. Williams goes to ground, free kick given. And this could be another team foul, so plenty early on in this second half. 3 currently for England. We mentioned that early foul given by Romania, and that could lead to more. Looks like they might be on their second. Once again, fantastic play by Williams, keeping the opposition guessing for which direction he's going to go. Nearly got through. And again, that's going to be a team foul. Team foul 2 for Romania. So 3-2 to England in terms of team fouls. 5-0 is the scoreline. Looks like it's going to be a substitution as well, and off comes Williams, and coming on is Roy Turnham, number 9 for England. So on comes Turnham, and he'll take his traditional place, wearing number 9 for England up top. But he's actually just going to remain a bit further back actually in this centre circle, because up front it's Harris and Turnham, the mainstays of the England team for many years. Also with Coleman Looks like Harris is just going to move the ball forward for Turnham. The referee actually for the second or third time actually telling the coach behind the goals actually what they can and can't do. Now they're just going to tap the posts, right hand post and left hand post. The coach at the other end of the field actually for Romania has been warned that he can't be given instructions when it's outside of the broken line. Here goes Coleman. More centrally, takes a wild swing and connects more with his opposition number 7 than he did the ball. Both players hobble away, and I think it may be Nistor, the captain of Romania, come off worse from that collision.
That made a horrible din as the ankles clashed there between the two number 7s, as you say, Pete, and Nistor has possession now. We're going to see a replay of it on the screen. I don't think Coleman was aware at all that Nistor was there. He seems to hit Nistor's left leg, the standing leg, before he actually hit the ball. Nistor, though, not unfazed by that. Well, not fazed by that, should I say. On the right-hand side, nice flick backwards towards the near post. But it goes out towards the goal area. And England start from the back. Great turn from the number 9, Roy Turnham. Then checks back. And then goes for a second attempt down that left-hand side. Cuckoo's come on as a substitute in the first half. He's been very good. The one with the long hair. Turnham out towards the right-hand side, and Coleman. Kovacs is in the way, though. Coleman trying to out-muscle him alongside the advertising hoardings. Coleman comes out on top. Tight angle. It squirms towards the near post, into the side netting, and Romania can start from the back.
Yeah, Coleman ended up in the back of the net. He wanted the ball to be with him, but just running out of play on the right-hand side. Substitution for Romania. Coming off is Nistor, who had that sickening clash of shins. So he's going off, and I imagine get a bit of ice onto that left leg. And coming on will be number 8, Adriani Botas, who plies his trade for Marburg here in Germany. One of the more experienced and really the star man of the Romanian side. Going to ground is Coleman, still with the ball on the right-hand side. Coleman inside the final third. He's got 2 men all over his back. He's shrugged off the attention of one, but he's back towards the halfway line. The English flag fluttering in the breeze just in front of Coleman, who goes to ground. Big cry out from Coleman. Nothing given by the referee. He's still going. The number 7 for England, chasing that hat-trick, and he's going to get an opportunity from a corner.
Great tenacity from Coleman, who is really stepping up to the plate now that Robin Williams has gone off, and Brandon Coleman, the key magician with the ball at his feet now. Of course, looking for the hat-trick, and it will be he alongside Roy Turnham in this near side corner, who will take the set piece for England, with Coleman stood behind Turnham, and the short number 9 for England with the grey hat will run away with the ball. So he runs back towards the dashed line. He's dead central. He's got Kovacs in his back. He manages to get past him, and also Botes as well. Turnham then loses possession momentarily, but reacts quickest to have the ball. He then runs inside his own half, and he just assesses his options here. He's listing out for a call from a teammate. Coleman's in a good position on the right-hand side, but there are 4 yellow shirts separating them. So Turnham decides to go alone. He's dead central now inside the opposing half. Coming towards the right corner of the... He's gone all the way, Turnham, into the near side netting. What a remarkable run from the Scouser. And in the end, he hits the side netting, and it will be Vlad Tofan's ball.
Yeah, that's a classic Turnham run there. Turning one way, turning the other, but he's shot into the side netting. Here goes Harris for England down the left-hand side, past the broken line. Harris, edge of the D, left-hand side, just being shepherded out of play, and it's going to be a goalkeeping restart. Good play there by Harris, though. Just overrunning the ball slightly at the final efforts on goal. Could not be, couldn't get his foot around the ball really, and either play it to another opposition player, to another English player. But Harris will have a second opportunity now. He's back inside his own half, squares the ball over to Coleman. Coleman by the right-hand kickboard. Just loses his bearings, and Kovacs has the ball for Romania. Oh, looked like he was brought to ground there. He's going to try and win the ball back. He does so. Florian Kovacs again trying to win the ball back. But here comes Harris on the right-hand side this time. Harris over the halfway line. Very diminutive player. Tries to square the ball over for Roy Turnham. Nearly finds out, but intercepted well by the Romanian defenders.
It's Cuckoo who has possession. I think he's been the most impressive player for me for Romania. He's looked very solid at the back. He's trying to be a bit of a trickster up front now, and he's fouled by Brandon Coleman. Romania have a free kick, and if this is a team foul, then it will be England's 4th team foul of the match, and they are certainly pushing a very fine line at the moment, and indeed it is England's 4th team foul. So England lead 5-0 on the scoreline, 4-2 in team fouls as well, and it'll be a free kick for Romania in a decent position midway between the dashed marks and the edge of the penalty area. It's on the right hand side. Kovac stood to the left of the ball, and to the right of it is number 8 Adriani Botez. The referee just making sure the 3-man England wall are the right distance away from the goal, and the tap's coming onto the post from the Romanian goalkeeper turned caller, Marius Corelia, in pink behind the goal, just tapping out the post and the crossbar. So shot comes in, low right-footed shot, wide of Dylan Marpus, right-hand post. The effort coming in from Adriani Botez there, the number 8. And England at the moment have their clean sheet still intact as Romania call a time-out. I think that was a Romanian timeout, may have been an English one, not too sure what the official's call was there. Either way, timeout, both teams getting an opportunity to assess. And you have to say at the moment, the Romanians will be happy with what's going on in the second half.
Yes, definitely. Nearly 7 minutes gone in the second half, and if you just take the second half as a game itself, it's goalless, because England were 5 up at half-time. And yeah, timeout called, so the two teams go over for a minute and be given the instructions. And England will be looking to get more goals on the board, because this Group A, well, it really could come down to goal difference. Germany, Italy, England, and also France, all very level and even. And remember, just the first 2 going forward, we're all looking to beat Romania, who have performed very admirably in this first game, their first appearance in the major championships. But the other teams will be looking to get 3 points, and then amongst themselves it could be very close indeed, so it could be coming down to goal difference.
And you mentioned, Pete, the other teams there in the group for both of these teams. Well, Romania certainly focusing on tomorrow against Italy. Their final game is against France, and their coach, Sorin Lapadatu, definitely fancies his team's chances in both of those games. They knew today was a bit of a write-off in the way. They were just trying to keep the score as low down as possible and make sure that no injuries were suffered for tomorrow's game. And you have to say, on the most part, it's been a job sort of well done. 5-0's not a pretty scoreline by any stretch of the imagination, but for a team like Romania, their first championships, the team was set up 3 years ago. Sorin Lapadatu said it is an absolute miracle that his team is even here at these championships, ahead of the likes of Greece, who have, of course, been at previous tournaments, and Poland as well. Romania are here, they're flying their country's flag, and at the moment, in the second half, they're doing a pretty decent job.
Yep, Romania 5-0 down, but like I mentioned, keeping England at bay in this second half. England, I think, will be disappointed so far. They've not really tested the new substitute goalkeeper for Romania. And once again, just eye patches being checked, making sure everyone is on the same level. B1, B2, B3 players out on the field of play, but of course they all need to be the same level to make this game fair, all at B1 level. So eye patches being worn underneath the blindfold, and they will be checked at all times by the officials. So it looks like we're just about to get the game back underway. Dylan Malpass in goal for England, who changed their keeper at half-time. Dan James is the first team choice for England, but just given a bit of experience for Malpass and a feel of proceedings, you never know what could happen in the latter stages of this tournament. Malpass underarm throw down the right-hand side, just avoids Coleman, but kept in by Turdam. Nope, he can't keep the ball from going out of play, so it will be a Romanian restart. Goalkeeper with options left and right decides to go to the right-hand side, and Botez loses the ball and tries to chase it down, but Turnham's back in his left-back position, slices his clearance, across comes Edge, and Edge with plenty of time can clear for England or even go himself. Side-footed ball forward, trying to find Coleman. Coleman controls, now has the ball inside the Romanian third. By the right-hand kickboard, back to goal. Can either go down the line or cut inside to a more central position. Behind him is Roy Turnham, if he can find him. Yes, he can. Turnham now on the halfway line by that right-hand kickboard. Drifts across into the centre circle, which he has by himself. Stops, goes back to the right-hand side. Now starts his run down centre. Scud shot on goal, goes wide of the left-hand post. But again, good dribbling by Turnham.
England, since Robin Williams have come off, have seemed to have lacked an extra dimension that they had while he was on the field of play. And I think it just demonstrates how crucial a player Robin Williams is to this England team. They certainly ticked a lot more sufficiently when he was on the field, but you can't say Romania have not done a good job in keeping England at bay in this second period. The likes of Coleman have been pretty quiet. He's on the ball now, midway inside the Romania half, on the right-hand side, comes in field, dead central, charging towards the box. He is tripped by Cuckoo. The referee says no free kick. That looked pretty perilous from Cuckoo, and you got away with it.
Yeah, the void call will obviously made by Cuckoo, but those collisions very common in blind football. Ball's on the halfway line. Krakis once again tussling with Turnham. Turnham just momentarily forgot that he had possession of the ball, but a crowd of white defenders there for England. The white shirts getting the ball back for the English. 5-0 up in this second half of the opening game for both these sides in Group A of the IBSA Blind Football Championships here in Berlin. Romania with the ball inside their own half, left-hand side. Down the line goes Florian Kovkas, up to the broken line. Back is Harris for England, just clears the lines. And that's going to run out of play for a goalkeeping restart for Romania. Romania looks like there's going to be a substitution, this time for England. On the pitch will be Karen Seal in the very near future. Wearing 4, coming off is number 9. So Roy Turnham being replaced by Karen Seal. Mentioned earlier on, Karen Seal I've seen on a number of occasions this year, playing all across Europe actually for different sides. So I'm in a tournament over in Bukovica in the Czech Republic. He's the only English player at the event. So broadening his horizons, playing with different teammates, learning different skills. And Karen Seal, who started the game for England, anchor in the midfield, all-round footballer, is the number 4. He's going to have to get his defensive duties in order here. He controls the ball inside his own third. He can either go down the left-hand kickboard. He's got his back to the kickboard now, and he switches play over to the right, and Coleman. Coleman now only has 2 defenders if he can pick the ball up, which he does so in front of him. Can't go past the first one on the broken line. Well out-muscled by the Romanian defence, but Coleman still has it. More central position now. He's got Harris to his left-hand side, but Coleman, if he can get possession, will probably go himself. Here he goes. Can't get a shot off on goal. He still has possession though, but all the men back for Romania inside their own third.
Excellent defending from Romania. Just a swarm of yellow shirts trying to numb what has seemed to be an individual England player going forward. They're not really doing this as a team performance up front, England. They're just sort of letting the individuals, like Robin Williams, like Brandon Coleman, do their thing in the final third. But Romania in this second half have been equal to it. 10 minutes remaining in this second period. England have a corner on the right-hand side. Taking it will be Darren Harris. Coming across as well is the big number 4, Karen Seal, who managed to get 1 goal in Hereford in 2015 at the Blind Football European Championships there. And he'll be looking to get off the mark in the not too distant future here as well. He's got the ball, trying to worm his way to the right side of the penalty area, turns away well, back out to that right-hand side. He's got his back to goal, his arms flailing into the face there of Yunus Anton. Managing to retain possession, he switches it out to the left, and Darren Harris, midway inside the Romanian half. It cannons back off the shins of Kovacs, who comes away with it down the right-hand side. England not making it easy for Romania to clear their lines, but they do so eventually up into the England half, and Coleman now has possession. Got a couple of yellow shirts around him. Kovacs dispossesses Coleman right on the edge of the England box here. Kovacs trying to just maul his way through the England back line, and equal to it was Karen Seal, who clears up to the left-hand side, and now Darren Harris.
Yeah, good play there by England. Harris, lovely drag back, shoots from distance. Goalkeeper spills it. Could have easily collected that in his hands, but parries it away using both his hands to the left-hand side. Harris still has it for England. He's going to have to go back towards the halfway line. Number 8, Darren Harris, experienced player for England, just inadvertently backheels it, but that's safe because there's 2 England men back, including Coleman, who's got 2 goals to his name so far. Both from penalties, one from 6 metres, one from 8. Coleman goes past the broken line. Good ball forward for Harris, but Harris can't control that. And that runs out of play for another restart.
So, of course, this is the second Group A game of the day. Earlier on, Germany beat Italy by 2-0 in the curtain raiser. Group B begins at 5 o'clock local time tonight. That's 4 o'clock British summer time. Georgia taking on Spain, and we expect that to be a pretty similar contest to this. Spain, multiple, and we mean multiple time winners of these blind football European Championships, and Georgia, just like Romania, taking part in their first ever major competition. And it's been a bit of a harsh entering to European competition life for Romania so far, but the second half has gone a lot better for them than the first, and they have possession with their goalkeeper Vlad Tofan, who just throws it gently over his head to the right hand side and over halfway for their number 8 Botes. Nice turn away from Seal, gets towards the right corner of the box. Coleman's come across as the ball goes out towards the byline and out for an England goal kick, but Adriani Botes, you built him up before the game, Pete, as their main player, Romania's number 8, and he certainly proved why in this game. It's just a shame he hasn't had more of an opportunity in front of goal.
Yes, they've not really managed to test either keeper for England, either Dan James or Malpass, as the ball's on the edge of the D, and England with an attacking free kick here. Looked like maybe just being dragged back was Darren Harris, and it's going to be a free kick from around about 9 metres out, a couple of yards in from the right-hand kickboard. Good play by Harris. Referee comes to the near side, signifies the foul given away by Anut Anton, number 6 for Romania. That's his second foul, and it will be the third foul committed by the Romanians, who did actually give away their 6 fouls in that first half, resulting in the 8-metre penalty scored by Coleman. This time it's a free kick, 3 men in the ball. Harris behind Karen Seal. Looks like Seal will be the one to either strike this or maybe move inside to a central position and then strike it either nearer towards the goal or, like I said, from that central position, which will be more difficult for the keeper. He strikes it into the back of the net. I think he took the keeper by surprise. A forward roll in celebration for Karen Seal into the back of the net, left-footed low past the keeper, who was hiding behind the wall. I think he was taken, like I said, by surprise. And Karen Seal, it's the 6th for England, and his first goal of these IBSA Blind Football European Championships.
There's one thing I want to know there, Pete, and it's whether Karen Seal was thinking more about the free kick there or the celebration after he scored, because that was the best celebration we've seen so far in these championships. A wonderful left-footed curler into that right-hand corner, bit of the blow of the trumpet, and then a forward roll to boot as well. England 6-0 up, their first goal of the second period, and Karen Seal equalling his goal tally from Hereford at the 2015 European Championships. We said beforehand he wanted to get off the mark, and he has done now, and England have a very comfortable buffer.
Yeah, 6 goals for England. They'll be looking to score more in these remaining few minutes of this match. I mentioned that we played Romania in 2 warm-up games, winning 5-0 and 7-0, so 6-0. Probably about on average, really, with what they would expect. But again, it could really come down to goal difference in this tight Group A. Romania get us back underway. Nista just losing out to Harris in the midfield. Much the bigger man, Nista, so he can out-muscle Harris. But he's very tenacious, the England number 8. Wins the ball back, goes over the halfway line, right-hand side by the kickboard. Gets his body goal side. And now can take a shot from distance. Goes himself, dribbles into the D, goes to ground, and he's going to get an opportunity. It's going to be a free kick to England from only 8 metres or so, and I'd imagine that'll be another team foul for Romania.
Just a substitution to bring you as well for Romania. Botes has gone off their number 8 on his number 10, Tiboru Porn, who's deputising for the Romanians in these championships. So a free-man wall for Romania right on the edge of the goalkeeper's area, and he's going to have to make sure, Vlad Tofan, that he's not going to be unsighted by that wall. Two men stood over it this time around are Brandon Coleman with Darren Harris just behind him, and England look very threatening just on the edge of the penalty area here. It looks as if it will be the number 8 Darren Harris laying it off for Brandon Coleman. Of course, he is on his hat-trick. He's got 2 goals from the spot already today, one from the 6-metre line, one from the 8-metre line. What can he do from a similar range this time around with the free kick? Just waiting for the referee's whistle here. And in fact, it looks as if Darren Harris is going to leave it to Brandon Coleman just to strike it straight away. He does, off the top of the crossbar, and it loops behind for a goal kick. Goodness me, Brandon Coleman, he's already had 2 absolute rockets towards the goal in this game already from the spot, nearly doing it again with the free kick.
Yeah, lovely strike on the ball here, and he's already scored the 2 from set pieces, and this one just clipping the top of the crossbar, beating the goalkeeper for pace. You can see there the goalkeeper late reactions, and the ball's downfield and through to the goalkeeper Malpass, who gets it back underway as we see the replay hitting the top of the crossbar, and that would have been a hat-trick for Coleman. Here goes Coleman himself, downfield, right-hand side, switches play over to Harris. Can he keep it in? Yes, he's inside the D, left-hand side. He's going to turn and have a shot, just fails to get the ball under control at the appropriate moment for a shot and goal, but he's going to have a second opportunity on that left-hand side. Harris, here he goes, dribbling into a more central position again. Good interception by Cuckoo, who can clear the lines for Romania. Harris is back, much the smaller man compared to Cuckoo, but good defending from the long-haired defender from Romania. Forward comes Karen Seal, scorer of the 4th goal, the 6th goal actually for England, and Romania on the halfway line. Central position, still the captain over to the right-hand side. Harris wins it back for England by the left-hand kickboard. Past the broken line, there's 3 men with him though. Goes to grounders, Harris. Romania already have 4 team fouls committed, so they don't want to lose any more of those, or else they'll be in a lot more trouble than they currently are. 6-0 down in this opening match in Group A for both teams.
And it is Romania with the ball on the left-hand side with behind Nistor. He's got Nathan Edges behind him. Nistor switches play to the right-hand side and Porner. First touch for him. He has in front of him, just making sure there are no English players around him. There is now, and Karen Seal certainly making sure Porn was aware of that, absolutely clattering into him. But the Romanian number 10 still has possession, coming over halfway. And he's done really well there to keep possession. Have to say, I saw Porn in training earlier on for Romania. He didn't look like the most confident player in a yellow shirt. And the Romanians at the moment just colliding into each other, not giving each other the call as to where each other is. Coleman intercepts the dribble from Cuckoo, and Coleman has it on halfway. He's crying out for an option here. He turns towards the left-hand side, now back out towards the right, just inside his own half. Cuckoo with him every step of the way before Coleman. Lovely ball out to the left, and Darren Harris, who has a bit of room to go into here, collides into Anton, who's already on a yellow card, of course, but it was a fair challenge from the Romanian defender this time around. Coleman against the board, he's got a lot of room around him before squaring it across the halfway line to Karen Seal. England, for what I have to say, Pete, more or less the first time in the whole game trying to keep ball, but commentators curse right away, giving it away to Nista, who just went down on his knee there to collect the ball in his path, gives it away. Coleman can restart a bit of a rhythmic passing flow now for England again.
Yeah, John Pugh, the coach of England, mentioned that they've been working on their possession. A good ball forward for Harris in the final third. Harris, good tackle there once again by Cuckoo, who's marshalled Harris well on that right-hand side for Romania. One back by Coleman on the right for England. Over the halfway line, just puts his hands out and feels where the kickboard is. Can go past his man, he does so. Down by the right corner, can't stop it from going out of play. And a goal-keeping restart for Romania. But they've worked on their possession game, have England. It was part of their performance 2 years ago, which they were disappointed with. As I said, they ran out of steam. Maybe they're chasing game and really curtailed their chances in that European Championships in 2015 in Hereford, and they've learned to try and keep more of the ball. They've got the attackers to manage to cause a lot of damage to the opposition, but I think when they need to see the game out, that's when they really need to just keep the ball.
Couple of changes here for England then. On comes Robin Williams, the number 6, and number 9, Roy Turnham, replacing number 7, Brandon Coleman, who doesn't look as if he's going to get his hat-trick in this game, and also going off for England as well appears to be number 8, Darren Harris. So Romania starting from the back. There are under 4 minutes remaining of this game. England leading by 6-0. And here's Robin Williams straight away getting back into the action, but he just couldn't find an avenue towards the goal, and the ball goes through for the goalkeeper, Vlad Toffman. Throws it to the right-hand side. Here's Pawn going over the halfway line, just right of centre. Goes past a couple of England players, not very ceremoniously, but he manages to get towards the edge of the box before Turnham intercepts and can now run forward. He's getting the call that he's got room in front of him. There's no England players around him. Turnham going to have to do it alone here. Really good run from him. Mazy towards the right corner of the box, but he just couldn't get sufficient contact with the right foot as it goes wide of Tofan's left hand upright, all in pink. He throws it towards Pawn down the centre, just lets it bounce off his left hip. Turnham straight on the scene, but Pawn is managing to do very well here to keep the ball when it's at its feet. Turnham running down the left-hand side, inside he goes. Great mazy run from Turnham, who hits it wide with the left foot. I can see Roy's mum Sue on the front row, Roy's uncle Kenny, there's Roy's dad Anthony. They're all ready to jump up there and celebrate that goal. They'll have to wait a few moments longer. Ball thrown straight into Turnham, who's down the left-hand side, goes around Cuckoo. He is fouled by the Romanian defender, and England have a free kick on the left-hand side, tight to the board, around a couple of yards away from the byline.
Yeah, Roy Turnham will be anxious to get on the score sheet, not only to increase the scoreline for England, but also to get off the mark himself for the tournament. Yet to score 2 goals for Dan English, 2 for Brandon Coleman, and then 1 each for Karen Seal and Robin Williams. But it's going to be a free kick to England. That's the 5th team foul for Romania, so any more caused by Romania, then it will be a 8-metre penalty kick. So that's the 5th for Romania. And the free kick for England from the left-hand side, Karen Seal and Roy Turnham. Seal looks like he's going to be the man to receive the ball. 2 men in the wall. Mr. and Poyne are further out on the edge of the D. Here goes Karen Seal, shoots, hits the defence. Goalkeeper went to ground, and now Romanian can try and clear their lines.
Referee blowing his whistle there, not quite sure what for. He's following Roy Turnham, and I think he's just making sure that the blindfold is on correctly. The official is happy with that, and Romania will start from the goal once again with Vlad Tofan, all in pink. Uncontested drop ball for him. And he now has the ball in hand, and he's ready to eye up his options. Down the right-hand side for Pawn, who's got a very unorthodox way of controlling the ball, but it works. He's trying to turn away from Seal here, succeeds as well on the edge of his own centre circle. Pawn, who does seem to lack confidence a bit when he's got the ball. He's very wary of what's around him, and he's not afraid there to collide into Seal and actually win a free kick for Romania. Now, is this going to be England's 15th foul? We're going to have to wait and find out for when the official goes towards the tent on the far side.
Yes, this could be very interesting here. We could have the first opportunity for both teams to be on 5 team fouls. Looks like it was because Voy was not called. Yes, Voy was not shared by the English defender, and indeed we have 5 team fouls for both teams. So any more team fouls will result in an 8-metre penalty kick, which we've already had a goal from Coleman for England.
So it'll be a free kick then for Romania. Just outside of the attacking third, standing over it is Mihai Nistor with his right foot on the ball, and next to him is Tibiru Pawn. Pawn, left footed shot, deflected off edge, and it goes into the path of Malpass, the England goalkeeper, who throws it down the right channel for Roy Turnham. In front of his family on the front row in this near stand. Turnham goes into the centre circle, gets away from Nistor. Turnham, great feet, can he get a goal? In towards the edge of the area, low right footed shot, goes just wide of the goalkeeper's left-hand post. Tofan went down to that side, may have had it covered in the end anyway, but a real flashed drive towards that near post by Roy Turnham. who still awaits his first goal of these championships. Here's Robin Williams, who's already got one on the score sheet, worming his way towards the edge of the area. He's got Turdham square if he wants him. He goes alone down the left side of the box instead, goes down under the challenge of Cuckoo, and it ricochets out of play for a Romania goal kick, which Vlad Tofan will take. Again, the number one for Romania assesses his options for throwing it down the heart of the England defence. It takes a deflection off an England body, I think. In fact, no, it doesn't. Comes off Nistor last, and will be an England goal kick, will it? Well, a bit of confusion there between the England goalkeeper, Dylan Malpass, confusion with the officials, confusion with myself as well, but eventually it will be a Romania corner. It certainly looked that way as the ball ricocheted off a shin on the halfway line. It looked to be a white sock that it came off rather than a yellow one. And indeed the ball goes behind for a Romania set piece on their left-hand side. Over the ball once again, Mihai Nistor, the Romania captain, and Tiberu Porn as well. Also, just on the periphery of the attacking zone is number 3, Cuckoo, out of vision at the moment. But the captain, Mihai Nistor, looks as if he's going to lay this off for Tiberu Porn. Referee just making sure all is correct. Nistor has possession, tackled immediately by Seal down the right-hand side. Coming towards the halfway line now. It's Mihai Nistor, the captain, battling away with Kerin Seal. Ball goes down the left-hand side. It's still a battle between those two. A very good battle at that as well, alongside the board as we go into the final minute of this game. England have the ball with Dylan Malpass, their goalkeeper, and they lead by 6-0. The referee has blown his whistle. I think Dylan Malpass took that throw from the goal area a bit too quickly for the officials' liking. They just wanted to make sure all the players were in the correct position before that throw was taken, and indeed Dylan Malpass, all in a light blue for England, can take this throw now. So Romania 0, England 6, both teams on their final team penalty as well. The next foul conceded by either side will result in an 8-metre penalty for the opposition. So both teams certainly looking to avoid that. The throw taken by Malpass down that right channel, right into the corner for Robin Williams, who does really well to control, but his opposite number, Unit Anton, comes away with possession and clears it down that line. Picked up by Kerin Seal, squares it across the halfway line, but instead of finding Roy Turnham, it'll in fact find Tiberu Porn. Roy Turnham, though, back to defend well for England, and that is one comment I would make about England. Their attackers have done really well to come back, defend well. Turnham going on to the attacking front now, stands on the ball as he gets towards the edge of the box. Really good run from him. He tries to go again, can't get through the man mounting though, that is Cuckoo. But a wonderful run there from Roy Turnham, and so unfortunate as he gets to the edge of the penalty area, standing on the ball with his right foot. If there was a teammate behind him, that would have been a wonderful back heel. But Robin Williams now trying to do the run instead. He won't get a second of the game. England will have to settle for that 6-0 scoreline. So victory for the Three Lions in their first game of these IBSA Blind Football European Championships 2017 here in the German capital, Berlin. A good workout for England, a good workout for Romania as well, who knew that their chances were very limited in this game, but still, nonetheless, they managed to put on a good showing for the Romanians, who may be watching this back at home on the live stream. Their first ever game in an international tournament does result in defeat, but their manager Sorin Lapidatu did say before this game it was about having fun, making sure there were no injuries ahead of tomorrow's all-important clash against Italy in Group A. But for England, they go on to tomorrow's game looking in very fine fettle indeed. Three Lions winning this one by 6-0 against Romania. Handshakes all round in the centre circle. And thankfully, our first game of these championships not affected by the rain. A reminder as well, Group B does start 5 o'clock local time, so a couple of hours time between Georgia and Spain, which puts up two teams quite in a similar way to this game. You've got Georgia in their first championships, just like Romania, and Spain, big favourites for this competition as well. And don't forget, concluding the action tonight, 7:30 local time, the European champions Turkey take to the field to take on the Blind Devils Belgium. So in a few moments' time, we will be hearing from pitch side. But for now, I'll pass you over back to the studio and the very capable hands of Alan March as England beat Romania 6-0.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. The ball in the back of the net 6 times in this opening game for England in Group A, and that means they will jump to the top a little bit later on. We'll bring you the standings for the competition as the balloon in front of the screen flies high. That is exactly what England will be feeling as well. So we're going to go down to pitch side in a couple of moments, and we'll hopefully get an interview with Roy Turnham and England's number 9 on the score sheet, involved in the game. And we'll go down to Pete Selby.
So Roy, England winning by 6-0 in their first game in this European Championships here in Berlin. What specifically pleased you with the display, but also what can England work on for the remaining games in Group A?
I think first of all, there was a point in the game where we scored 2 or 3 goals very quickly, and we stepped up the intensity. We closed their throws down very quickly. The lads who were on the pitch at the time really made them pay, and got plenty of chances, and that was great, that intensity. I think the challenge for us is making sure that we sustain that intensity for the whole game, because we know that this group is a hard group and there's going to be bigger challenges ahead, and you know, those teams who we've got to play, they're going to be as up for the games as we are, and we've just got to show that what we can do, which is be intense, be lions, and you know, really press hard and create lots of chances.
Yeah, you mentioned those difficult tests ahead. Germany winning by 2-0 in the opening game in this group against the Italians. Obviously the top 2 in the group go through to the semi-finals. It was semi-finals last time for England on home soil. Can England go further, get to the final, and can they win this tournament?
Well, obviously the last 2 years have been about building on what we did in 2015, and of course learning from mistakes that we might have made, or you know, improving as players, as a team, making sure that, you know, when it comes to those tight games, we can make sure that we have that difference, you know, that we can handle, you know, that pressure of being in a knockout game, and you know, putting it to bed. You know, everything we've been doing on the last 2 years has been to improve on what we did in 2015.
Yes, I spoke to the coach early on today and he mentioned about working on the possession. Is that one side of the game that you've specifically been working on for these championships?
Yeah, retaining the ball, making sure that we do the basic things. It's about doing the basics really well, you know, world-class basics. You know, it's, if you do all the, you know, if you control the ball well, if you've got a good dribble, if you can, you know, make good decisions. It's all about decision making. You know, that'll help us to retain the ball more. It's making those quick decisions in those high pressure situations. So yeah, it's about the physical aspect of the game, but it's also very much the mental aspect of the game that, you know, we've been looking to develop as well.
Well, congratulations on your 6-0 victory in Group A. I'm sure we'll talk after the games later on in the tournament. Is the guitar coming out later?
I couldn't bring it. I was worried about EasyJet charging me extra. You know what they're like. So maybe I'll pick one up in a mall or somewhere like that. Maybe I'll just do air guitar or something. Just sing in the shower.
Excellent. That's Roy Turnham for England after their 6-0 victory over Romania in their first game in Group A.
So there you go, a very happy England team indeed. We are hoping that they'll go a lot further, as Pete was discussing there, learning from maybe mistakes in the last championship, concentrating on keeping possession. Let's take a look at that second half goal that did indeed seal it for England. Well, not about bend it like Beckham, but it certainly ended up in the bottom right corner. And how's this for a celebration? Fantastic stuff. England are head over heels with their 6-0 victory here in their opening game against Romania. Coverage of the IBSA Blind Football European Championships continues a little bit later on this afternoon, but from this first game, it's all over, and it's England 6, Romania 0. Georgia against Spain is at 5 p.m. here at local time. We're just coming up to 3:15. Join us in a couple of hours for Georgia and Spain.